करदबा सब कथबार्ता होचन तो नमस्कार समस्त को आग्रह निज निज सीट के बसी जातु all are requested to be seated so that we can start the program. Namaskar. I would like to request and inviting our today's guest, three pillars of the Odisha technical education, Honorable Vice Chancellor BPUT, Honorable Vice Chancellor VSSUT Burla, Honorable Vice Chancellor OUPR Bhubaneswar are requested to please join in the dais. Also I am requesting our Director CD, Professor Sujit Kumar Khuntia sir, to join in the dais. Please sir. ଆପଣ ଏ ସାଇଡ଼ରେ ବସିବେ ଗୋଟେ ସାଇଡ଼୍ ଦୁଇ ତିନି ଜଣ ବେଶୀ ସେପଟ ସାଇଡ଼୍ This is a one and only unique kind of thing started by BPUT University of Technology for Technical Education of Odisha, that curriculum Conclave 2024. So this is the initiation. Since inception of different curriculum in different universities, and this year it is this time it is a honor. The government of Odisha has decided to go for a common curriculum for all technical institutions, universities and colleges. So for that 12th and 13th, these 2 days will be the starting of our curriculum conclave to prepare the structure and subsequent curriculum for every discipline. I would like to request the volunteers, please offer the flower bouquet to our delegates. Professor B.D. Vishwal sir, Professor B. Maji sir, VSSUT Bulla, Professor Amya Kumar Rath, Vice Chancellor BPUT, Professor Sujit Kumar Khuntia, Director CD BPUT. Thank you. Now I would like to request the delegates for lighting of lamp on this auspicious occasion. Thank you, sir. All are requested to please stand up in their seat for BPUT anthem. Thank you all. Now, today the full day will be having so many sessions of academicians, trainers, and industry officials. So, to how we will move for this curriculum conclave, let me invite our Director of Curriculum to give the introduction on this curriculum conclave.
Good morning, all of you. Honorable Vice Chancellor, BPUT Professor Amiya Kumar Roth, Honorable Vice Chancellor, VSSUT Professor Banshidhar Maji, Honorable Vice Chancellor, UTR, Professor Vibhuti Bishwal, esteemed principals present in the audience, Chief Technology Officer of Odisha Skill Development Authority, representatives of different skilling partners of OSDA, industry partners, media persons present if any, and other staff members. I am glad to inform you that we are conducting a 2 days curriculum conclave on 12th and 13th of this March. Of course, tomorrow we will go for conducting that joint board of studies meeting. All of you know that NEP 2020 has already been implemented from 2023 batch, and all the 3 government technical universities, they have framed the curriculum for first semester and second semester, and now we are in the process of framing the curriculum or course structure for rest of the semesters, that is from 3rd semester to 8th semester. And accordingly, professors we have included professors of OUTR, professors of BSUT, professors of BPUT, and some professors of NIT in the Joint Board of Studies. Tomorrow we will go for that, finalizing that curriculum structure. But today's program is very, very important. Today we have invited representatives of different skilling partners of OSDA, Odisha Skill Development Authority, representatives of different industries. So it is very, very important. So in today's program, we'll find out what are the different skilling courses which will enhance the employability skill of the students, what are the different industry needs. So taking the input of today, we'll go to tomorrow and finalize the course structure, and also we'll see how the different skilling courses or industry demand courses will be included in the curriculum or course structure. And for information of all of you, still some of the principals, those who have registered for this conclave, they have to join us. They are on the way. In the agenda, its timing is 5:40, but we will not finish the program today at that time. It will continue. And principals, those who are having any valuable input for the curriculum structure, this is actually, we are going for a curriculum structure for the students of state of Odisha, not only for BPUT, it's for students of all technical universities. So, esteemed principals, if you have any valuable input for this curriculum structure, you are most welcome. You will be given chance or timing slots to present your input at the end. And I hope all will support us in framing a best curriculum structure for the students of Odisha. Thank you all of you.
Thank you, sir. No doubt this curriculum conclave we are conducting in association with the Skill Development Department, Odisha Skill Development Authority, in Odisha University of Technology and Research, VSUT Burla, BPUT, all the skill partners and all the affiliated colleges. So it's very nice gathering of serious participants, those who are really concerned for this curriculum conclave. So now I would like to request our Vice Chancellor, Professor Ramya Kumar Ratha sir, please address this gathering. Thank you, sir. Vice Chancellor VSSOT Burla, Professor Maji sir, Vice Chancellor UTR Biswal sir, Director Curriculum Development Professor Khuntia, Directors of BPUT, faculty members, Chief Technical Officers Sasanji and others, invited guests from other places. This curriculum development is very, very important for the state of Odisha, for the students of Odisha, for the students of engineering colleges, universities. The country is moving towards that. I had been to Hyderabad to attend a panel discussions on quality of higher education institutions, collaborative learning, the use of technology in collaborative learning, use of technology in the education system. That's the conclave organized by Outlook Express, Hotel Sheraton, Hyderabad. I was there as a panelist. I interacted with Mr. Srinivas, who is the, like we have O-Hub here for startup. There in Telangana they have T-Hub. Of course it started almost 10 years back. The idea is how to improve the quality. See, when we talk about quality of education, it's not that what we are offering today is not having good quality, but we need to go towards the way the world is moving. The corporate wants that the graduates should be well trained in technology.
That's very important because if you give the technology in these 4 years itself, definitely they will be ready for the industry. Even if they go to a research organization, that will be very, very helpful for the graduates. The latest know-how is very important. In this regard, it has been deliberated, discussed that all the 3 universities in the state, we should have a uniform curriculum and syllabus so that ultimately students will get benefit out of it. And subsequently, if there is a mobility from one college to other college, one universities to other universities, as far as national education policy, this will be very, very easy. Suppose somebody wants to take credit from other universities and incorporate those credits in the syllabus of the current universities, that will be very, very easy. That's the way we are moving ahead. I'm sure this is serious discussions on. By tomorrow we should finalize the structure. Of course, we will distribute with all other universities so that we will take feedback. The representatives from other universities are also there. We will finalize it and we will upload in the website for stakeholders' feedback. Anything you do, it's always better to have stakeholders' feedback. The students, the faculty members, the professors from other universities, let us get feedback from those universities and let us finalize the syllabus. Skill courses are very, very important. So we have invited different industry personnel also. Some of them are here, but some of them will join online. They will give their feedback, how to go about it. Accordingly, we will finalize. I'm sure this conclave will be helpful for the state, for the universities to prepare a robust curriculum which will not only be helpful for the universities, but it will be helpful for the graduates of these universities. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request Professor Banshidhar Majhi, Vice Chancellor of UCT Bulla, please for an introduction talk.
Good morning. It's a wonderful morning that we are all together for a better cause, framing the curriculum for, in fact, the uniform curriculum for all the 3 technical universities. My fellow friends, Professor Rath, Professor Bishwal, Director Curriculum, the principals, esteemed principals from the different institutions, the Chief Technological Officer, our industry friends, industry partners, both those who will be joining from offline here as well as online. In fact, when we talk about curriculum, if you see, curriculum is a mirror for the whole setup of a technical education or the technical setup, whether you talk about VSSUT, BPUT or OUT or whatever you talk about, or our whole technical educational system. Just like we see in the mirror that how do we look or what we, a curriculum reflects the quality of the graduates that comes out, and the industry takes it as a fast handbook which they see that what kind of curriculum the students have gone through. As rightly pointed out that we are changing or the whole dynamics are changing. So unless we change, we will be lagging behind and our students will not be getting the right input when they are studying for 4 years or 2 years or whatever. So when we are framing curriculum, we must take into consideration, in fact, skill has now become very, very important that we should introduce. Multidisciplinary education is another say that we must also think of that our graduates should be. People not only talk about now I'm an electrical engineer or a civil engineer or a mechanical engineer, how much interdisciplinary courses I have studied. I'm fortunate to become the part of the NIT development system from REC to NITR, 2002 to 2017, of course, in various positions. And in fact, what NEP 2020 says in 2020, my visionary director, we have thought in 2004. In fact, in every semester there was one open elective courses, and across these streams the students were studying different other disciplines. A computer science student study a mine safety, a computer science student studies a concrete structures, kind of. So they have got a wide spectrum, 6 courses starting from 3rd to the 8th they were doing it. And I still strongly remember one of our students, there was a course called contemporary dance. He was a ceramic boy. He has taken that course and subsequently did his master's and PhD in dance. And he is in South Korea now. He is training our local or our own culture, whatever, Odisha, Kathak, Kathakali, whatever you talk about. And he has taken his passion, even becoming an engineer. That kind of scope that people we should provide in our curriculum. When we go back to the accreditations, this NBA says we should have core courses, we should have extracurricular activities courses, the NAC says we should have skill courses. But I strongly feel we must balance our curriculum in such a way that we are producing an engineer who has also ability to learn lifelong, and also who should have the fundamentals which has become a core of his art, so that if he learns this core also or the basics also, it must be so strong that he should be able to cope off. Like I mean to speak that when I talk about an operating system, being a computer science professor, when I see like learning data structures, algorithms, then computing systems, every aspect, whether it is a hardware problem, whether it is a software problem, whatever it is a problem solving, I see basically it is done through a design thinking process, a problem solving process. And that motto should be that the person who, when he is going to solve problems, he must have the ability to understand from his basics what he has done. So with this note, in fact, I urge all of you to take strong participation. During the last 6 months or 7 months back, before the first semester got started, we were fixed up this first semester and second semester courses. So you also review that if any changes are required, because it must have been circulated across. But if there are few changes required, we can also look into it, because this is the time when we are changing our curriculum, we should come to the right approaches. I will talk to, because tomorrow I will not be there, I will talk to my fellow friends that one of the things also, course should be there, design thinking. Design thinking. In my earlier institution, IIIT I was having 6 courses on design. Behavioral thinking, design thinking, functional design, all kinds of things. So that engineer becomes a different engineer as compared to the other. And when he goes to a interview forum, he talks that, wow, you differentiate as a regular engineer and another engineer from an institution, and that you have passed out from IIIT. And they clearly specify that we are having this ability and that ability. That kind of thing should be there. So I do not take much time in the inaugural session, and I wish this curriculum should come out with such a model that people should follow. Our model should be followed across the other states and other parts of the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Sir has rightly pointed out the impact of curriculum is very much required, because when I just gone through the previous 5 years admission in government colleges, many such branches are having 2-digit percentage of vacancy. Let me not spell out. Some of them are having more than 50% percentage seats are vacant. So there is a need of a dynamic curriculum to be integrated in all technical institutions across Odisha, so that we can make Odisha as a education hub in future. And we should contribute whatever possible at our end. We have to take care of that one. Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request our Professor B.P. Biswal, sir, Vice Chancellor OUPR for your introductory talk. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, everybody. My friend Professor Amir Kumar Rath, Vice Chancellor of BPUT, and the chief host of this two-day conclave, Professor Nazir, Vice Chancellor of DSSUT Bulla, Professor Kuntia, Director, Curriculum Development, BPUT, invitees, directors of different institutes and BPUT, experts, industry partners, ladies and gentlemen. This two-day conclave which has been planned here in BPUT starting from today is not the beginning. As you know, in our state, the technical education is under the administrative department of skill development and technical education, which also has a division called skill development division. It has another center called World Skill Center. And as it stands today, the whole department, the whole scenario of technical education in Odisha is going through a very good time. Everybody is up to the expectation, and we have been thinking of technical education all the time, especially led by the Department of Skill Development and Technical Education, which controls all the technical public universities of the state. And it was thought one day that since all these technical universities do come under one umbrella, why not they have a common curriculum for technical education? That was the beginning of this common curriculum and curriculum development in technical education so far as our state is concerned. Professor Kuntia was talking about we are inspired or we are influenced by NEP 2020 for this curriculum. But Professor Nazir told that, we have been doing it at NIT Rourkela since 2004. The same kind of thoughts, the same kind of planning which NEP 2020 brings to us. Whether NEP 2020 or no NEP 2020, we have to be in a point where we think of changes in curriculum. We are at a critical time now, and things have been changing very fast. I remember a few years back, before NEP 2020 was came into being on 29th of July 2020, we have been talking of changing the curriculum, adding different subjects into the professional curriculum like arts, liberal arts and all that, so that a complete all-round development of the students happen. Came the disruptive technologies like, AI, ML, deep learning, digital manufacturing, so on and so forth. These have to be there, and those who are from industry must be feeling the pinch of it, that we have no other way out but to adapt new technology, learn it, and be ready for using it in industries. In technical education, actually we are preparing professionals to work in industries. We are preparing people for taking the education ahead. We are preparing people for planning things for the country. And if they do not learn proper things when they study in the universities, then there is no use of this education. That's not true. Education, especially professional education like this technical education, I can compare it with, food to human body is curriculum to students of technical education. If food is not balanced, the human body doesn't develop properly. It has to be balanced. It has to be vitamins, it has to be minerals, it has to be everything in the food. Similarly, in the curriculum, so all doses of technologies, all doses of life should be put together so that it becomes a sort of complete dose for the students. And we are confused. What to mix, what not to mix. If everything is to mix, in what proportion. So all these things need to be debated, and we need to come to a point where you decide that today, not tomorrow, tomorrow things will be different. Today, we need this much of things at this proportion which will be suitable for the students to get ready for the industry, to get ready for the society, to get ready for the education system, future education system. That is the very purpose of this conclave. Thanks to Vice Chancellor BPUT, who has organized this conclave here. As you were talking before, we came to the dais, that it has been arranged here in Raurkela so that everybody focuses on this particular topic. No diversification. In earlier two occasions, we had one in Odisha, Bhubaneswar, one in Burla, BSSUT, but this time it looks like a remote place where we assemble and discuss only curriculum and curriculum. So hopefully, at the end of this conclave, we'll be coming out with many good ideas. It may not be the conclusive conclave, but we may come up with many good ideas which will help us in building a sort of appropriate curriculum for the technical universities of Odisha. In the latter part of the day, we shall be discussing more about the different components of curriculum and all that. But at this point of time, with a hope that this conclave will definitely use a collective wisdom of us and move towards the conclusion of this curriculum designing, a common curriculum design for the technical universities of Odisha. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Definitely your experience and exposure to this technical education and all the experts, those who are here today, will definitely contribute for the better curriculum of our technical education as well as the professional education. As BTech, I think all other programs will be also taken care by these three universities and going for a common curriculum for all the programs. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request our Honorable Vice Chancellor BPUT to felicitate Professor Bansidhar Maji, Vice Chancellor BSSUT Burla on this occasion. Thank you, sir. I will look to request our Vice Chancellor to offer
a token of love on behalf of BPUT to the Vice Chancellor of OUTR Bhubaneswar. Thank you, sir, for your presence today over here. Now, I would like to request Professor Manas Ranjan Kabad, sir, Principal IMIT, to offer the vote of thanks on this inaugural session.
Good morning, one and all. Honorable Vice Chancellor, BPUT, Professor Amir Officer, Honorable Vice Chancellor, BSSUT, Maji Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, OUTR, BPUT Sir, and my dear colleagues, industry partners, skilling partners, and ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of BPUT, first of all, I would like to thank all the people who are present here, traveling a long distance, as our Guru Sir told, that we have come here, we must not have any other agenda. It is a far place from our place. Definitely we will concentrate in these 2 days on the total, how can we design the best curriculum for 3 universities and more than 100 engineering and management colleges. Definitely, when we are designing a curriculum, there are different components, and a handful of people only involved in designing a curriculum. But here in this platform, it is not done like that. We have invited all the principals of more than 100 affiliated and constituent colleges of BPUT, and the Honorable Vice Chancellors of BSSUT and OUTR, and other professors of NIT Rourkela, OUTR and BSSUT, so that we can get the feedback of all the experts, and we can design the best. What's told that we can give the best so that it will be useful for the society. One more thing, definitely we need 3 important components to when we design a curriculum. Generic courses we cannot deviate, because it is fixed when we design, as Maji Sir told, that when we design a syllabus for computer science, definitely operating system, database management, those things will be there, because you cannot remove that. In addition to that, the new thing what our other Vice Chancellors told, that NEP 2020, that is all the concepts of NEP we will try to incorporate here. In addition to that, we have some industry partners here. The inputs of those industry partners will be useful to us, and I could see Sasan sir here, who is, for the last 2 months I see him involved in digital skilling, and all our students of all engineering colleges and management colleges are involved in this skilling. Definitely we will take the skilling courses to be a part of our curriculum. So all the people are involved here. So again, on behalf of BPUT, I thank Professor Vanshidhar Maji Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor BSSUT, Professor B.V. Vishwa, Honorable Vice Chancellor OUTR, for sparing their valuable time and grace this occasion and giving their valuable feedbacks. Definitely in these 2 days it will be very helpful for us. And I am also thankful to all the industry partners who have come here from Bhubaneswar and other cities to help us in designing the curriculum, and also our skilling partners who are here, who will be here with us for 2 days to help us, definitely, and all principals. This is a very good platform. You can give your inputs to us so that we can design the best. And also the faculty members and supporting staffs of BPUT who have taken a lot of pain to arrange this conclave, last but not the least, the most important person is the mind behind this is Professor Amir, who has conceptualized the whole thing and trying to invite and making the arrangements of all the principals, boarding, lodging and food, everything. So I thank Amir sir for arranging such a thing. Thank you all.
Now, that's all for the inaugural session. Now we will move forward for the tea break on the right side of this podium, auditorium. All are requested to have your tea. Then after 15 minutes we will resume this session with a presentation of Vice Chancellors of different universities. Then followed by presentation by Engineer Sasank Sekhar Chaudhary, CTO, OSTA, presentation by Team Cisco, presentation by representatives of IBM, presentation by Sri Tapan Kumar Rath, former General Manager Tata Motors, presentation by Team Coursera, presentation by Team Autodesk, presentation by Bal Tyagarajan, Vice President of Capgemini, then lunch break, then presentation, post-lunch session, presentation by Girish Sivana, founder and CEO of Test Yantra Software Solutions, then presentation by Virsi Sibala, Director Flipkart, presentation then by NASCOM team, followed by presentation by Dipti Ranjan Rautray, Tata Motors, and then Vivekanand Rath from partner of Deloitte, then concluding remarks by our Director CD. So I request Director P&I team and Dr. R.N. Shah, sir, Principal IMIT, to conclude this pre-lunch session part, and the full day session will be concluded by our Director Curriculum Development. Thank you all from now from this inaugural session. All are requested to have your tea. Thank you. We will resume this after 15 minutes. Please be assembled accordingly. are requested, please assemble at the auditorium. Sir, କରୁଛି. अरे सरकार Let us resume the session of this curriculum conclave. I would like to request our Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor Ramya Kumar Ratha Sir, to give a presentation on this curriculum, the genesis of curriculum of BPUT, whatever we have implemented so as of now. Then subsequently we will move forward. Sir,
Thank you, Subandhu. Discuss the genesis, how curricular development has taken place in BPUT and what is the current step we have taken. Let me tell you the current step. Current step is we have decided to publish the results of the universities within 30 days. When I have analyzed this, I could find that there are 28 colleges. Last 3 years, they have not evaluated a single answer scripts of the university. We have given a so-called letter to them. Tomorrow onwards, day after tomorrow onwards, they will be coming to the universities. Why university will publish the results of those 28 colleges? Tell me. University will not publish the results. University will not announce the seat. If AICT is approving, university will not announce the seat for those colleges. Why university will give affiliation to those colleges? That the step we have taken, I am sending a team of experts from BPUT to JNTU Hyderabad, to VTU Visvesvaraya Technical University Belgaum, Anna Universities, and Rajiv Gandhi Health Universities, Bangalore. The idea is, if with 3 times bigger the size of BPUT, if they could publish the results within 30 days, why can't BPUT? After coming from Hyderabad, when I discussed, interacted with Vice Chancellor of those universities, I have decided that BPUT will do it. When I tried to find out the problems, I could see that 28 colleges, and again we will find out what is the size of a college and how many faculties they are sending for evaluating the answer scripts. Next target is, if the size of the college is 1,000 scripts, how many faculty members they are sending for answer scripts evaluations. And we are doing it in a centralized place right now for scanning and other things. Now we will distribute it. We will request Vice Chancellor Ayuthia to give a small place for us for scanning, and we will request some of the private colleges also. At least not in one place, I will identify 10 different places or 15 different places in Barampur, Bhubaneswar, 3-4 places, so that soon after the answer scripts is available, the scanning will start, it will go to the server cloud and evaluation will start. The mission is 30 days is the mission. Why I am declaring it this today? Because so we have started working on it. That's the way we will take it forward so that we will publish the results on time. You know, this vision of the university is to be a world-class brand name for providing technical manpower needed in industry and academia, to create wealth and prosperity in the society through application of technical knowledge. Any of the private colleges also wish to go along with my team from BPUT, they are welcome. That's what I was telling. At least 5 from BPUT, 5 from some of the private colleges, 10 members can go to different places to find out, submit a report. Accordingly, we will go ahead with the revamping the examination system of BPUT University of Technology. Next slide. Mission of the university: facilitate making the places of teaching intellectually stimulating and emotionally pleasurable for the students and faculty members. Ensure proficiency in students in the domain of study as well as soft skills, IT and communicative English. Establish world-class centers in higher studies and research. That's the mission of BPUT University of Technology. Oh, this is the award. So this is the award we have received from Deputy CM of Telangana, Academic Excellence Award to BPUT University of Technology. And we had a Outlook Business has organized panel discussions. The panel discussion theme was use of technology in education system. Of course, they had different themes: collaborative learning, and mostly the education system. How to, of course, the kind of exercise we are doing today, it's a part of, those bigger theme of using technology in education. Next. If you look at BPUT University of Technology 2003 to 2008, I will not go in details, but the credit point was 220 credit point. Maximum was 220 credit for the university prescribed by AICTE. This is categories wise: BTech, Basic Engineering, Basic Science, Comprehensive Biogas, Humanities and Management, Professional Core, Professional Electives and Projects. If you combine these credit points, it was more or less 210 to 220, 210 to 220 credit point for getting a degree in engineering. Now, of course, the AICTE has reduced it to 160 to 170 credit points. 160 to 170 credit points to get an engineering degree. Next slide. This is semester-wise different branches, and what was the credit point? 227, 217, 214, varies across the disciplines. Because I was there in a couple of Board of Studies and Academic Council as a Board of Management, also BPUT, before coming here as a Vice Chancellor, I could see that we have to compromise little bit. I am sure if some faculty members is teaching a course for last almost 20 years, he doesn't want to leave the course. No, this should be that this is important for students. We need to compromise it because the quality of student is very important. The quality of graduate is very important. If somebody is teaching Java, no, Java is important. If somebody is teaching in C, C is important. My point here is we need to compromise and try to find out the industry requirements, accordingly prepare the curriculum for all the three universities for the benefit of universities, the benefit of the graduates passing out from all the three universities from the state. Next slide. 2003, 8 to 14, again there is a syllabus revision. You can see basic science, basic engineering, professional core and all that. Even it's a 2000, now it has been reduced to 204, 205 credit points. Credit point was 204, 205 credit point for getting an engineering degree. Next slide. And this is again branch-wise, different semester. You can see this different semester and different credit points. 28 in semester 1, 28 in semester 2, 27 in semester 3 and all that. 204 was the credit point from 2018 to 2022. Next, 2018 to 22, this credit point is 160. All it is 160, and humanity science is 12, basic science 20, 29 and all that. It has been designed based on the AICTE requirements, Of course, when we talk about some of the skill courses, it can be fit into your, any of this, it can be fit. It can be fit there. Instead of putting a separate column for skill, you can put any component there you can fit in. Next slides. Okay. This is branch-wise, of course, 160 we have given. Branch-wise, semester 8 only very less, 86. Semester 86. and other things. We see if OETR and VSSUT completely they are going for intensive, then BPUT has to compromise a little bit. We have to compromise to each other so that, that there will be a uniform curriculum in the state. Next slide. Okay, it's again branch-wise, different semester 1, 18, 23, 22, 24, 22 like that. Okay, next slide. Yeah, this is now 28 to 22 humanity science. Of course, this is a distributions, right? You proceed it next. So now, currently semester, first semester and second semester syllabus has been finalized. Sitting together with all three universities, it is finalized. We are trying to put more skill-oriented courses in the from third semester onwards till 8th semester, and some of the minor courses we are trying to put. Let me tell you, in our discussions, of course, when we had Professor Chalk, that also there also I was trying to tell you that when course era was organized, I told that many minor courses we try to put it, so that we'll see that each student will take at least one minor courses, but identifying those minor courses are very, very important. But for BPUT, the advantages is minor courses will be completely online. Let it be Coursera, let it be Cisco, let it be SOEM, NPTEL. Identify the courses of 20 to 23 credits. 20 to 23 credits. Of course, for other universities also, it will be helpful that completely this can be minor can be completely online, and each course, either Coursera or Cisco or IBM, okay, they will give an API so that it will be integrated to our system. It will not be, because when I was interacting with our direct examination, he told that one by one we have to check for SOEM and NPTEL. When I was attending a program there in Kolkata for NPTEL, IIT Madras, I told the IIT Madras team very clearly that you give a API to us, right? And one more point is that credit point, mapping of credit point. Today Coursera will say it's a 4 credit, but for universities it may be 3 credit. That credit point mapping and grade mapping is also important, right? Grade mapping is also important. When we have attended non-Model 1 scheme of Chennai, Tamil Nadu, we could see that the different agencies, they will give the marks, and the concerned faculty member will enter the marks, and it will be converted to the grade point, university grade point. That's what they have done it, non-Model 1 scheme of, I do not know how many of you are aware of non-Model 1 scheme of Anna University, and it was a chief minister's initiatives of government of Tamil Nadu. So they have done that way. I'm sure, that we can sit across and try to finalize that how to give the grade point to the faculty member, so that the administrative burden of the university should be reduced. For us, the administrative burden of the university, I want to reduce it. Due to that, I want to make it more parallel system instead of a serial or centralized system. I want to go for a distributed system of evaluations. I want to go for a distributed system of scanning, and to go for a distributed system of evaluation of answer scripts. When there is a centralized system, always there will be delay in publications. When there will be a distributed system, there will be definitely advantages for the universities to publish the results. That's what our next mission is, publication of results of course, BPUT University of Technology. There is no problem with OETR and VSST to Burla. I have seen universities, they are publishing results within 1 week. They are publishing results within 15 days. Right? That's the way we will take it forward, and we'll see that how it will be possible. Next slide. Any more slide? Okay.
These are the 23-24. In first semester we have 22 credit points. Second semester also we have 22. Basic sciences, theory 6 and all that. This has been in place. Currently, first semester and second semester students, they have studied this. Third semester onwards, we will develop the syllabus. Okay? Right. Yeah, these are the first semester courses. Then go ahead, second semester. Yeah, second semester. Go to the next slide. Of course, this we have done it already. Honors students not undertaking research will do 3 courses. Okay, next. Yeah, structure of 4 years UG program. Okay, next let's go to the end. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And this group is a completely serious group. Tomorrow also they will be there for finalizing the syllabus. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Since the inception of BPUT, there are 4 to 5 phases of change of syllabus in different programs and different structures. So, from 220 credit in BTech, it has been reduced to 160 credits. Now we have to think in these 160 credits or some more additional credits, how we will integrate a better syllabus for our students. Now I would like to request our Vice Chancellor, Honorable Vice Chancellor VSSUD Burla, for a detailed presentation on this curriculum conclave, sir. So, I would like to invite our Professor Panchidhar Maji, sir, to the stage. Sir, here, sir. The stage, sir.
This is a handicap, you know. For teachers, this is a handicap. You do not have mic in your hand, you're free. Yeah, good morning again. Thank you very much, Professor Rath and other friends. Yesterday evening when I was traveling in the car at around 8 o'clock, I heard that there is a presentation for 10 minutes. I thought this was not communicated earlier. So I told, okay, I'll go back to guest house and start doing something. Took around almost 1. And updates the curriculum. And in fact, a curriculum is a very helpful tool. This particular NCRF framework has been a helpful tool for framing which is based on the NEP and followed by NCRF. And it encourages inclusivity and critical thinking and industry-based learning. Next. And when we talk about a curriculum development, it is a step-by-step process. It is not a one-day job. We are sitting for quite long time earlier. Now again we are sitting for a curriculum conclave. So it is in fact a tedious process. And we have to design this in such a way that our courses are improved across the universities. And when we talk about learner-centered education, student-oriented curriculum has to be there, because every student is considered to be a unique learner, so that must be taken into consideration. Subject-centered, our subject should be, quality of content should be such that we should have much content, good content in the recent contents. Similarly, when we talk problem-centered design, problem solving skills. Ultimately, an engineer has to solve problems. So problem solving skills, that is why I was talking about design thinking, innovative thinking. This should be the part of the curriculum. Maybe I would like to keep a design thinking course in the third semester itself as a common curriculum for all the branches of engineering. And communication skill is one of the very, very important, that also must be taken into consideration. And we have different stages of formulating a curriculum, we need the educational needs, formulation of the objectives and learning tools, careful selection of the learning experiences, choosing rich content for teaching, integrating experience with the relevant content for the effective teaching, timely and accurate evaluation of these. Here what I want to just bring in, when we are framing a curriculum, never ever put your things into your mind that what kind of faculties are there in your institute, what kind of faculties are there in VSSUT, what kind of faculty is in UTR, because a curriculum always thinks for the down the line 10 years, 15 years, or keeping in mind. Of course, it doesn't keep that much of time. We must have a flexibility of changing so that we can change in between, but our focus must be that it must be a future thinking, or the seeing the industry ahead, taking the inputs from the industry, so that our curriculum should be as good as possible. Next. These are the things that is to be taken into consideration. Like I was telling you, that flexibility is one of the very, very important things. There must be flexibility in the curriculum. We must have the conservation and creativity. We must integrate into all parts, like basic fundamentals, skills. Then we must have professional electives, all kinds of things. It must be character formulation. This is actually what we talk about, the ethics, values, because ultimately he will be engineer for the society. He must have that. Social fulfillment, mental discipline. He must have always a thought process to think for the newer problems, that he can make it happen in the future days to come. So this was taken from the NCRF. You can see here, even if when Professor Rath was pointing out 220 or 224 credits, we are coming back to 160 credits. But remember that, please inculcate into the minds of your teacher that the credit reduction is not necessarily the reduction in the load of the teachers. If you see, 1 credit is 30 hours. When I am talking about 3 credits, is 90 hours job for the teachers. Maybe you have for 3 credits 30 contact hours. You are teaching in the classroom for 30, but rest 60 goes to your other kind of engagement with the students. So the faculty, even if the credits got reduced, because in NCRF it has got 1 credit is effective 30 hours. So we must see that this 90-hour engagement with the students, 30 hours may be contact. Earlier you were teaching 42 hours, 4 credit, or 36 hours or 35 hours, but 30 hours, 30 to 35 hours is the contact hours. But practically you are more engaged. The NEP 2020 says, or the NCRF says, you have got more responsibilities in terms of problem solving skill development, this assignment solutions, the kind of group discussions, the kind of other engagement with the students has increased. So the faculty must not say that credit is 30, with 3 credit, contact hours is 30, so 30 is not the effective 30. It is effective 30 for 1 credit course. So 3 credits means 30 into 3 is 90 hours. So total learning hours is 30 per credit. You can see very well here, 30 hours per credit. And total, the credits for 1200 hours learning per year is 40 credits. And when 1 year we say that 20 plus 20, 30, 40. And maybe it can vary from 40 to 44, just like we have kept 20 to 22 in the first semester. But the contact hours must be Per credit it is 30 hours, engagement hours is 30 hours per credit. So the faculty as well as the students, both like communication between the students and faculty has increased in place rather decreased. So people should not be in other side of the mindset that we have credits reduced, our workload reduced. Next. And this is in fact again NCRF has given a three-dimensional learning. One is the academic, another is skill and the experiential. We were earlier talking about laboratory theory. Every laboratory was associated with either a laboratory separate course or a 1 hour we are devoting for the, because 5 theories, 3 laboratories. So that means some of the theory courses are sacrificed, but practically not sacrificed. This teacher were doing it in the course itself for the experiential learning. So experiential learning was there, academic axis was there, credits and other things, but practically skills has also become a part of the academic curriculum. So that is why we are talking, because when it has been realized only the 20% or the 15% are only employable, and why this employability has not gone, it has been researched, it has been analyzed. Practically the students are only skillful with respect to their curriculum, but not with respect to the skill. And they are not able to solve problems, not able to cope up with the new changes. So skills has come into the picture. Earlier we were doing in a different way, but it has become rigor and the part of the curriculum now. And when Professor Rath was talking about the minor courses, in fact I have got a different thoughts here, similar, but in a different way. So next please. I think it is clear to all of you, and these are the skill things, things that whatever beyond, in addition to their curriculum, whatever any other things people are doing, they should be treated as the things from their own curriculum as well as from the outside curriculum or outside syllabus or whatever, they must be treated as this, and sports and games and other things are also part of the curriculum now. And in NEP it says that everything must be credited. Earlier we were talking about pass and fail. Earlier we were talking about true or false, satisfactory, unsatisfactory, kind of things are not there. If you assign one credit, doesn't matter, 30 hours engagement, but it should be credited for every activity. Next. I have taken the clue from visiting Nan Mudalvan. Nan Mudalvan is a Tamil word, and it has come, this terminology has come, it is I am the best, or I am skilled, or I am number one. It has been coined by Tamil Nadu government, and they have started implementation from 2022. It is a Chief Minister's program or declared program, and they have started, in fact, their concept is that they are starting from the primary level. They are starting from the primary level, high school level, then they are taking it to the other higher education systems like physics, chemistry, mathematics, history, geography, whatever you talk about, basic universities, as well as the technical universities, and also for the ITI, diploma and other people. But as we are talking about engineering set off here, in fact, the similar can be taken up. What I have taken the clue that they have also the industry partners, they have also got this, and their observations, their experience says that earlier it was online, subsequently they have switched over now to the offline, because the effectiveness was very less in terms of the online courses. So again, how they have done, I have articulated one write-up because of we are traveling, and it is going to be in the write-up modifications. I have asked my fellow colleagues to change. It will be circulated across. We should circulate across. Everybody knows what Nan Mudalvan is doing. Or even you can go through the website and see the things. What I suggest here is that keep it in mind. I have that identification of the skill courses. When we are talking about we want to make the things people to be skilled in their end of the semester or at the end of the curriculum, when they become engineer, we have to identify the skill courses, and common skill courses I have talked about, like what we have included: basic electrical, basic electronics, basic civil, basic manufacturing mechanical, programming in C. In fact, I strongly agree with now Professor Rath, what he was arguing earlier. I have argued in opposite, but experience in one semester is that sir was talking programming in C should be separate and data structure should be separate. But it was me that I was insisting that we should save one course and make it data structure and programming, but the real experience is I was taking into consideration for my NIT experience and IIIT DM experience, but practically it doesn't fit to our system. They have to have is programming in C separate. You are very correct, and other people in my institution also, they were talking, and data structure should be separate. So I agree with that, and that should be done if it is possible in the first semester, what we have done, because we learn from the experiences. So the programming in C, programming in C, basic data structure and algorithm. Why I say basic data structure and algorithm? We are not teaching, this I am talking about for the all branches of engineering, the common skill courses, because basic we are not teaching them a very regular course on data structures. We are only touching upon fundamentals up to trees, those who are computer science, very fundamental, 30 hours lecture, with some dose of simple algorithms. What is an algorithm? How does they being designed, and what are the order of the algorithm? How do you define an efficient algorithm than the one algorithm to the other? So this stuff should be taught. Python and AI and machine learning. This should be in the third and fourth semester. But practically this can start going from the first two can be offline in the institute, but the second Python and the AI and other things should start from the online courses. If they're taught in the offline, wonderful. If not, also should be online. But we will come to a different mode, just like Nan Modalvan has taken. If it is feasible in our part, we should also switch over to that. Then we should design on the bucket of skill courses in each schools I have taken. I have taken schools because we have gone to the school level. For electrical, for electronics, for computer science, for mechanical, for civil, whatever you talk about, you should have the bucket of skill courses. And these courses, 5 to 8 semesters, they should take from the buckets. If the bucket consists of 10 courses, some 4 courses, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, they should take. As rightly pointed out by sir, that we should have a minor course. If that 10 courses are being completed online, along with these 4 courses, he should be given a minor in that particular skill level. But that should be completely online, otherwise it will have a big burden. And as well as these 4 courses should be online. And these buckets has to be designed by sitting together. It is not a one-man's job. It has to be problem specific, or the branch specific, and or the school specific, and we should design 3-4 things. So a computer science boy can take a electronics minor, electronics man can take a computer science minor. Like typically in computer science, I will say that some data science oriented courses, some machine learning, deep learning, other things are in that bucket. Somebody will say that no, I'll go in the hardwares. I'll go for the semiconductor design, chip design, and other kinds of things. So 3 verticals will be there. Anybody from the other branches can also pursue those courses, including these 4 courses. Next. Am I clear to you what I'm trying to convey? I'm trying to convey that these 4 courses should be common for all branches of engineering. The previous one, the first one, from the first common skill courses, 4 things, this should be common for all branches. And out of that, the programming, data structure, Python, other things are already there in the curriculum in the first semester. Python and AI should be the common for all branches. And this rest will come from the bucket of the skill courses the students choose of his own. Next. 4 slots for the skill courses from the bucket, and there will be provisions for 4 slots, 5 to 8, and all courses must be done online. For the remaining courses, if a student completes the bucket online, he will be given an additional skill certificate, what Professor says as a minor. Okay? Either I'm saying it is additional skill certificate, specialized on these particular topics or for this particular directions, or in minor course. The skill courses must be 3 credits. All whatever I am talking about, it must be 3 credits, apart from this basic electrical, civil, whatever we have put in. But starting from the Python to AI machine learning to the other 4 courses must be 3 credits. And these 3 credits, typically a 30-hour course. If Coursera doesn't have 30 hours credit for that particular course, a combination of similar courses can be clubbed together and can be given one 3-credit course. If he earns this, let us suppose somebody is 13 plus 7 plus another 10. So this constitutes to 30 credits. Even we can decide based on that plus minus 2 or plus minus 3 kind of things also possible, because exact may not be matching with 30. So these combinations can also consider as a skill course, but the student has to complete 30 hours in the similar directions, like introduction to AI, introduction to neural networks, or introduction to, let us suppose, a machine learning. 3 credits. This itself is a machine learning course, introduction, which can be considered as one skill course. So combination can also be decided. Institute faculty to work with the industry faculty. This is a must actually. Just like Nayan Mudalban we have seen, there will be a SPOC or one faculty connected with the industry, and the faculty also must attend the lectures with the students and also get him learned in the similar directions more and more. This clarification of the doubts should be done by the faculty. And he will be responsible for evaluating the courses at the end. He collaborates with the industry faculty, they evaluate the course, and the corresponding grade will be given in our framework, A, B, C, D, whatever we are following about. Then, to do this, what this Tamil Nadu government, Nayan Mudalvan says, they conduct FDPs combining several institutions, and FDP is conducted by the industry expert beforehand, and then the faculty is ready to become a faculty, correlated faculty for that particular skill course, and the course goes on. And in the long run, you will see that there are a lot of expertise developed in the institutions, which is a must actually. Practically, we say strongly, the main motto of our whole system of technical education is to groom up the faculty, because you must also have a mindset in your mind that we should be self-sustainable. In the long run, it should be self-sustainability. The faculties must be there. And to make this, I've forgotten one thing. We were discussing that they have set up skill centers. Skill centers in the institution, skill centers with the industry partners, and these skill centers will be utilized for the experiential learning of the students. And some of the skill centers can be replicated. If, let us suppose, AI, machine learning, IoT, robotics, data science is a course which is more required. Today 10,000 students, today 5,000 students, tomorrow 10,000 students of VSSUT Burla, 10,000 students from BPUT or OUTR, yours almost 35,000 students. So the student mass is very large. So we need to have replicated centers, but those who are like manufacturing centers or basic manufacturing places, they can be unique places and need not be replicated. If it is set up in OUTR, students will go there. If set up in BPUT, people will come here, and or VSSUT, whatever the case may be. So FDPs is a must. Next. And we have already, like which already they have done, industry partners, we have already signed MOUs. I was collecting from the Sasank that these are the people already on board, and some more people can come through the expression of interest, and we can sign MOU with them. Our government of Odisha, skill development, technical education, are already signed MOUs with these people, and we can further expand this, and we can go ahead with them. Next. Any other things there? It is last? Yeah. These are things I have taken from, like from NIT Rourkela, in fact. These are the few value-added courses need to be done. Professional ethics, creative arts, dance, music, NCC, NSS, whatever you talk about. Next. Skill courses, few of them I have taken. Next. Data science, AI, ML, IoT, computer-aided graphics, workshop practice, drone technology, whatever you talk about. This list can go on increasing depending upon the number of skill courses you are thinking of, or which we feel that today not required, taking the input from the industry, maybe we can go ahead expanding the list in a more way. Next. I think I'm through. This is what my suggestions or the thought process on our curriculum design. Anything I will be able to clarify, because we are here, maybe tomorrow I am not there, so we can clarify that. Any queries from my colleagues? Am I clear to all of you, whatever I have spoken? Yeah, please. अच्छा, बोलिए, सुनाई देगा, no problem. We are okay.
सर मोर गोटे क्वेश्चन थिला सर आम जो मनकर गोटे पेपर आडभर्टाइज देखुचे गोटे कंपनी आड दूची से लिखुची धर लेबर नागुची स्किल लेबर अनस्किल लेबर बट व्हेन दे आर रिक्रुटिंग इंजीनियर दे आर राइटिंग एक्सपीरियंस नॉन एक्सपीरियंस्ड से माइंड सेट आम सर बर्तमान माने कंपनी न करिवो जे आपण जब मेंशन न करिवो जे एथि स्किल्ड पार्टा न लिखिले पिला इंटरेस्टेड पचे काहे में नबु सर सेटा हमर क्वेश्चन थिला जदि आपण मानकर हम स्किल कोर्स करेले जदि सेठी हमर गवर्नमेंट रिक्रुट की प्राइवेट रिक्रुट जे कोन से न लिखिबे जे आमे सर एक्सपीरियंस कोन आमे धर से दे विल आस्क फॉर एक्सपीरियंस नॉन एक्सपीरियंस तो छने एक्सपीरियंस नहीं आम न स्किल करी अन्य से पोस्ट ताले स्किलिंग कर मत लगुच गोटे किसी इन्फ्लुएंस मत लगुन टिके लैक करछ आमे सर मु कथा बुझे पॉइंट तो
आई एग्री
सर आपण मु कहत कोन जदी गोटे कंपनी लेखुनी जे लेखुच एक्सपीरियंस्ड से लेखन द स्किल्ड इंजीनियर ताल स्किल्ड वर्ड नॉन स्किल्ड वर्ड हम तो वर्कर दोचे लेबर माने स्किल वर्कर आउटसोर्सिंग दोचे इंजीनियर माने सेंति किछ लेखा होने एक्सपीरियंस नॉन एक्सपीरियंस्ड जे हम यदि तांकर माइंडसेट चेंज करबा ते इंजीनियर जदि हम एते कोर्स करबा जदि पिला फोन रहि जे फ्रेशर दे विल ट्रीट एज फ्रेशर देन दैट विल बी somehow our objective will be fulfilled
I'll approach your problem in, like your queries in two ways. Number one, you keep it, that it isn't me. So I'll take in, like answer in two ways. Number one, you have told that experienced. I'm saying that experienced when the industry there is experienced engineer. Practically, we are saying you are getting skilled in the various courses. You are some.
सर से माने आम जो स्किल कोर्स टाको से माने आइडेंटिफाई करे कि मु टीटी चाकरी में सिविल रे करी चाकरी को करबी जे मु कहि सर मु ऑटोकाड टोटल ट्रेनिंग लेछि सेटा त माने एक्सपीरियंस में से को एक्सपीरियंस तो कंपनी देखाओ जे कोड महिंद्रा करछो कि तमर एलेंट्री करछो देखबे कि सेटा जे नन बात दे विल टीटी फ्रेशर तने हमर ऑब्जेक्टिव लाभ को हला सर अपन से फ्रेशर पार्ट में से सर फ्रेशर टाको हाउ वी कन्वर्ट ए फ्रेशर टू इंजीनियर एक्सपीरियंस दैट वी आर थिंक सर मोर पर्सनल व्यू सर
That's I'm saying earlier engineers, whether he was a computer science engineer, mechanical engineer, civil engineer, these kind of concept were there. Let me answer. He was treated like that. Now we are talking about multidisciplinary. Industry do not need only a computer science engineer. Industry do not need only a civil engineer. Industry do not need a mechanical engineer. He needs an engineer who has also multidisciplinary skill. When I am teaching my computer science boy is robotics or the smart manufacturing, ultimately where he goes and solve the problems, he goes and solve the problems in industry. So if he has, much quickly, please listen to me first, and when he got some exposure to the multidisciplinary skill, he is a better engineer in the industry when the industry kind of challenge in his. He is a different engineer as compared to the present day engineer. What we think, he has got no other things apart from computer science. He doesn't know what is a data science. He doesn't know anything about IoT. Are you getting my point? So this is the objective, is to equip the graduates to have multidisciplinary skills along with his own tech, and he is a different engineer and will be able to compete in the global world. This is number one. Number two, he has an opportunity. Today he is working in an automobile industry. Okay, we have make him he's a computer science boy, automobile industry. Tomorrow, if he has got place of, let us suppose, some concrete design, or let us take another example of some mechanical, some robotics. He goes to a healthcare industry where he can develop further equip with the robotic other things. My objective of, there are many fold advantages in the equip him along his own skills with the multidisciplinary skills. Am I anything to be supplemented by my colleagues? That will be different. Any other queries? Am I clear to you? Saying that people will not ask you whether you are experienced or not experienced. That is number of years of experiences in a particular industry. When I am looking in an automobile industry, Tata is looking for another engineer who has worked in escorts. Tata is looking for an engineer having 10 years of experience in Enfield or something, like in your Hinduja Motors. But if we are equipping him from the day one along with his curriculum, the skill, multidisciplinary skill, he has the option. He has the option to go to another where he prefers.
Due to that, we are taking input from industries. What are the requirement of industries, right? Accordingly, we are trying to develop our curriculum. Whatever skill courses we are planning, or Professor Maji has explained, these are the requirements of industries. Now, multi-skilled engineer, right? Today we are talking about civil engineering, computer science engineering, but it should be a multi-skilled engineer. You should have, even a mechanical graduates will have knowledge of computer science and engineering, or electronics should have knowledge of mechanical engineering. It's a multidisciplinary or studying interdisciplinary courses. So we go for reverse engineering. We get input from industries trying to develop our curriculum. Right. That's the idea we are going ahead with. Okay.
Any other queries? No. So as the days progresses, we might have several queries. We'll go on addressing those. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your detailed proposal on curriculum of BTech and other programs. Now I would like to request our Vice Chancellor OUTR, Professor B.B. Biswal sir, for share from additional things on this curriculum conclave. Please, sir. Professor B.B. Biswal sir, please come to the stage for additional things if you want to input here.
Everybody once again. Actually, I'm not very comfortable to be here now. As comfortable as Professor Rath or Professor Maji, because they had come here for a discussion presentation with the help of a slide. But I was never told that I have to give a presentation here or talk something on curriculum. I thought it's inaugural function, I'll be sitting there as one of the guests and then vanish. But you know, last evening only I was informed that I have to talk for 30 minutes. but when I saw the, schedule for today, it was only for 10 minutes. And that schedule is gone long back. So we are running red schedule. So I do not have any presentation now. But as you know, we have been in this profession for 30 years, and we have seen many changes taking place in the education system, especially in technical education system of the country and that of Odisha in particular. So lot many things have happened, especially in the curriculum front. If my contemporaries are here, they can remember that there was a curriculum earlier in the engineering in Odisha. In Odisha, engineering means it was Sambalpur University only that time, and that curriculum was designed sometimes in late 50s, continued till early 90s. You can think of the kind of curriculum. From late 50s to early 90s, almost the same curriculum was there. No much change, because it was being controlled by a university which had an engineering college as a tiny part of it. They never thought of doing any changes. The ecosystem was very different. But when colleges became autonomous, they thought of doing something differently. Then technical universities came. They took up their task seriously, and the entire environment, the industry changed, the demand was different, and so also the teaching system. I'm not going to discuss more about those old curricula and new curricula. If I talk about the demands, it has changed over the time, and especially those who are from industries present here today, they must be looking for people from the campus, in the campus selection method, those who are more likely to learn within shorter time, because they invest a lot of money on training a person to be ready for their kind of industry. So a lot of investment goes into that. And there is a demand that wherever, industry ready people are available, they would prefer to, take those people so that their investment from business point of view is less, and they prefer to choose those things. And we had a, competition. There are many colleges which opened up, many, disciplines, many branches of studies opened, and there was a huge competition amongst colleges, amongst branches and all that. So they tried to match with the industry need, and curriculum went on changing from time to time. Whatever Professor Roth was presenting, that actually we have, with the support of many of you, we have come to that kind of structure, and we need further improvement on that, further modification on that, because the national level thinking has been different, with the guidelines from the authorities like UGC, AICT, and the NEP coming in, then different industries coming up with their, kind of requirement. Everything put together has brought us to this day for thinking of a curriculum which is appropriate for the day today. The curriculum, as I said, were never being changed, or never people thought of changing a curriculum. And earlier, even in NIT Rourkela, till 2015 or 16, the credit, as Professor Raj pointed out, now has been restricted to 165 to 170, 60 to 70 for UG 4 years program. And it was 220 plus in NIT Rourkela before 2015-16. And when we thought of, we have earlier mentioned that, some of the institutes also, came up with idea of changing the curriculum before, NEP 2020. So when we thought of, changing the curriculum, we thought of inviting an expert, which is, who must be very renowned, very famous in his own field, and we thought of a person called Professor K.L. Chopra. You might have heard the name. Naam to suna hi hoga bhai. So he is no more, and he was Professor of Physics at IIT Delhi, and he was also Director of IIT Kharagpur. And for his administration and for his, educational contribution, he was very, very famous. He was quite old, 80 plus by that time. So we tried to contact him to come and give his views on new curriculum that we wish to design. Then he had one condition. He said, okay, I can travel down to, he was staying in Delhi. He said, I can travel down to Rourkela, no issue, but I have one condition. If you agree on that, I am coming. If you do not agree, I am not coming. The condition was that can you bring down the total 4 years credit to 160. That means by that time, the things have changed a lot. I am talking about Professor K.L. Chopra, an old timer, where he might have seen, in 5 years, 4 years course, earlier it was 5 years, and 4 years course, 250 credits. He is now talking about 160 credits. Things have changed. Earlier, everywhere, in universities, in colleges, in individual institutes, the focus was only on teaching. Later it changed to teaching and learning. We cannot go beyond 160-70 credit for 4 years course. That's the restriction. We are also at the same time thinking of many courses. What Professor Raj showed you in the table, we have to have core courses, we have to have professional electives, we have to have open electives. Professor Maji told about skill courses, design thinking, those many things which were never there in earlier curriculum. I am talking about the old curriculum, where 250 credits were, accommodated in the 4 years degree curriculum. Now we are bringing it to 160, we are thinking of more subjects. You see the irony. So the teaching has changed to teaching and learning. Teaching means that 160 credits will be on time but the institute has to provide opportunities to the students to work anytime they can come. So I'm not talking about the curriculum that I have already discussed and brought it to a particular standard, and we shall be definitely following that. But we can always think of little alteration, modification, changes the table that we have already discussed. We here in Odisha have taken input actually thanks to the STT department and its wing, OSDA, Works Center and Skill Development and Technical Education Department also hired experts from McKinsey. They had a good survey, analysis and the recommendation also for the curriculum development. We have all of that in hand, which will be incorporated in the new curriculum. The Odisha Skill Development Authority has come up with ideas like digital skilling, digital knowledge, and our friends from different training institutes like Coursera, they will be providing some online education. Our friends from Cisco, the networking giant, will be providing task kind of things. All these have to be accommodated. So to accommodate all these, this 160 is not, good enough to have all these things into the teaching of a university or of a college of today. Design thinking has been a very old I remember in 2008, design thinking, all those things here you are talking about then I learned that design thinking is nothing but something to do with innovative ideas, creative ideas, and put that into practice. We started in Industrial Design Department at NIT Rourkela. We started on Saturday by the Industrial Design Students Club. A time slot was called BPUT, Design Thinking Hour. Design Thinking Hour, where the students were given opportunity to make presentations, to talk about new inventions, to talk about new technologies, whatever they like. They can copy down some, presentation and talk it before a large mass of students. That was fine. And they were provided a junk box kind of thing. Junk box means has different units were there. We put different components, electronic component, mechanical component, all those components. Whatever they like, they were to build. Today, if you go to the Industrial Design Department of NIT Rourkela, you will find a big hall full with all these small project works made by the What I'm saying that for quite a long time we have been discussing about industry inputs and industry institute interaction. Long time. I remember, AICT made the movement on industry institute interaction in late 80s. You can think of that time we have been talking about industry institute interaction. Industry-oriented subjects, industry involvement, teachers going to industries and learning as a part of their updating. It's not really happy. It's a matter of pity that it's not really happy. So can we make it mandatory for the students, for the faculty to see that it happens in the education system, that would be a part of the curriculum. If it's mandatory, that would be a part of the curriculum. I'm talking something which is beyond 160, 170 credits. Can we provide a slot out there, mandatory, a sort of audit course, which has to be covered during the 4 years period. So that is the call of the day. So within 160 credit, we cannot, make all these things possible. We have to go beyond that. We are talking about, liberal arts, performing arts, to develop a student completely, all-round development of a student, teaching him life skills and all that. So is it possible to include everything within the curriculum? So how to make it possible? So all these things are to be thought of while designing a curriculum also. Can we think of something like, for teachers, because they are the trainers for the students, for the teachers, can we make it mandatory that they have to complete these many FDPs or these many refresher courses or these many industry visits in a span of time, like in 3 years, they have to complete this many. Otherwise, they won't be given opportunity to go forward, to carry forward, their things. They are the important factors. Only, if you design a good curriculum, it may not be implemented properly if the trainers are not trained to teach it. Can we change the pedagogy of teaching? It should not be, the traditional or classical teaching method in the classroom. Can we do that? Can we make it compulsory? So for that, today, a lot of things are happening in Odisha. As I said, for innovative and creative things, for interdisciplinary things, every university and some of the institutes also are creating centers of excellence, liberally being supported by government of Odisha. Centers of excellence. For example, my university is thinking of setting up centers of excellence in digital manufacturing, in AI, in design, and we are also proposing other centers of excellence on electric vehicles and so on and so forth. Similarly, Burla is also thinking of setting up number of centers of excellence. BPUT has already centers of excellence in some of its affiliated colleges. So these centers will definitely help people in working and learning the skills that they need during these 4 years. They will be all interdisciplinary kind of things. These centers will be using latest technologies in the field, and the industry people will also be involved in it. Can we take advantage of these centers of excellence in creating something which will help the students as well as the faculty and the researchers as well? So similarly, can you use the different laboratories and different technologies for creating a skill-based course? I actually, when Professor Maji was presenting and he was giving emphasis on skill-based course, I was thinking of why not we include a skill-based course in every semester after second semester. Skill-based lab at least. Skill-based lab, it will be a part of the normal lab, but one of them will be a skill-based lab after second semester, means third semester onwards. So that will be a kind of thing. And then the projects. The projects, simply writing projects in the curriculum doesn't mean anything to me. Like the project should be 80% or 50, some good percentage of it should be industry-based projects. Industry problems should be handled by students and faculty together. And the rest can be on some projects which could be taken up in the institute itself, in the centers of excellence, in departments of, in other departments, so that disciplinary project work can happen. We have already thought of it. So project has to be given due importance in the curriculum. Another big thing is the internship. In Odisha, if we make internship compulsory, think of the number. So BPUT only has, I think, 30,000 odd students in a batch, and 30,000 odd plus 2 batches, second year and third year, 60,000. My university and Bulla University, they are planning to take the student strength from the present 5,000 to 10,000. Consider the present 5,000 strength. So that 5,000, 2 batches, 10,000, 10,000 each. So 20,000, 60,000, 80,000. Let me put a cut out here, make it 50,000. Can we provide internship opportunities to 50,000 students from Odisha only? Not possible. Not possible. So that many industries are not there. Industries cannot accommodate those, and that large number of students for internship, 1 month or 2 months. But if we make it compulsory, how to handle it then? So not everybody is going to industries. You see, not everybody is going to industries. Some are going to academics, some are going to management, some are going to, other competitive, jobs. So can we make it open like we open in theory papers? In theory papers, we make the subjects open. Like, computer science students can also read the civil engineering subject. And electronic students can also read mechanical engineering subjects. And we are also talking about minor degrees, major degrees and all that. Why not we make this internship in other areas, like in other institutes? My students will be going to work in the centers of excellence of BSSUT. My students will be going to IIM Bangalore and spend some time out there as interns. My students will be going out on different schemes to, foreign universities for that. So some students can also work in my university and do some real practical work. Professor Maji must be remembering, in one occasion in NIT Rourkela, some students, due to some reason, couldn't it is the responsibility of the institute to provide internship to every student. So due to some reason, that time we couldn't provide, I was placement head, I was unable to provide internship to, some 10, 15 students. Then they went to the director, said that, we don't have any scope to go for internship, how to do. So institute is not helping us. Then the director said, okay, I have a good problem out here. If you work on that, then it will be treated as an internship. That was some networking problem in NIT Rourkela. They worked on that. And next year, another batch worked on that networking problem, networking work of NIT Rourkela as interns. Some of them worked in the new civil engineering construction projects, civil engineering students worked in construction projects there in the NIT site. So those kind of things could be thought of. Simply making internship has to be made compulsory. But, how to handle it, that is also to be thought of and should be clearly mentioned while designing a curriculum. That's what I want to say. So while designing a curriculum, all these aspects should be, also seen so that a feasible curriculum could be designed. And, we have centers like World Skill Centers, a great center which is helping not many Odisha students for getting skilled. That can be updated now. The World Skill Center is, providing training to the candidates who are up to polytechnic level. Beyond polytechnic level, they are not, they have not designed any course. But the kind of facilities that is there in the World Skill Center could also be utilized, and that can be expanded. And, other branches across Odisha could be opened, or, a networking kind of things can be created to provide training, internship, whatever, to the students and faculty of the, engineering colleges and universities of Odisha. So, my counterparts from BSSUT and BPUT, they have presented the, curriculum, different aspects of curriculum development, but my concern was basically to design a better curriculum and an implementable curriculum. So, in these 2 days, let us discuss on those aspects of it so that a better outcome can be resulted in. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your concern for expanding some more credits in this UG program. That's very good step. Professor Maji sir is also looking for this skill bucket of courses. So before this program, when we are discussing at BPUT, our Vice Chancellor also focused few things. Apart from this 160 credit, can we add this honors, minor, skill courses and hybrid courses if we can integrate? So this group has to suggest, and all are requested to note down whatever your suggestions, so that after.
Experience I will share. Taking clue from Professor Viswal. One thing I will say that in IIIT I was having an experience. People go in 3 months summer, then another 5 months or 4 months. So 6-7 months they were going for the internship. And they were coming back in the month of October, November. So the student was not happy, sir, I have started learning and I am leaving the organization. The industry was not happy, sir, the students have learned and they are becoming productive, so we are leaving them, the kind of thing. So I have facilitated them. Why 6 months or why 7 months? You go for a 3 month summer internship and 1 semester completely. So I have added 8 months of internship. And in fact, the number of PPOs, which we say pre-placement offers, has improved drastically. The students got an opportunity to spend 1 semester as well as the summer in internship in the industry, and the industry got benefited. This is number 1. So we should have similar provisions. So completing the examinations on time, evaluations on time, and we should make them free, just like in NIT Rourkela we have done. April 30th, they are free from the semester. May 1, the student is ready for moving. Similarly, November 30th, he should be finishing his odd semester. So in this way, if we can frame our curriculum and make the examination schedule, which is a part of the curriculum also, it will help the students to take 1 month December utilization and almost 3 months in summer, May, June, July, as well as we should also have a provision for the last 2 semesters. Either he can add summer with 1 semester till December, or he can be free in the last semester by taking online courses and spend, if possible, even 10% of our students spend in industry for a semester in the semester, it will be an achievement. It will be an achievement. Rest people can be here. And taking again NIT Rourkela experience, as Professor was telling, that it is not possible to provide every student in industry. It should be among our department itself, we should take internship, as rightly pointed out by Professor, which we used to do. A mechanical student can work in computer science, computer science boy can go to the mechanical, and another department, metallurgy, ceramic, mining, whatever you say. So this kind of thing should be also cross interskill or interoperable internships should be, provision should be there. So objective is that 1 semester provision for industry in the last 2 semesters, either 7th or 8. If it is 7th, wonderful. Summer with the next semester, July to December or August to December, it will be more helpful. If not, if a student gets an opportunity in industry in the last semester also should go, but he has to pursue the online courses. He has to fulfill the credit requirements for that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Sir, definitely this group will work on out how to integrate all these things. Under BPUT, 90% colleges are having private colleges. So the curriculum will be in such a way that it will give generate the employment for the engineering professors, so that also we can skill up our students in such a way that they need not require to go post-graduation training for any such market-oriented courses. So we'll think of in that way, and all these participants are requested to note it down whatever they observe and consolidate in the day end with our Director CD for better integration in our curriculum. Our next presentation is, I'd like to invite Sri Sasank Sekhar Chaudhary sir. He is working as the Chief Technology Officer of Odisha Skill Development Authority, and since April 2019. At OSDA, he is contributing for all digital initiative across the value chain for the Department of Skill Development and Technical Education. He is leading the complete digitization of the Odisha Skill Development Authority as well as the Department of Skill Development and Technical Education. In addition to that, he is also supporting the digital initiative under the Nua Odisha scheme, which aims at providing digital skilling to all in the state of Odisha. Professor Sasank Chaudhary sir, please come to the dais for your presentation, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, actually I don't need it. I'm a student of the state. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thank you very much for giving this opportunity. I see many teachers out here, so I am a student of CET, which is now OUTR. Our batch don't like to call it as OUTR, we still call it as CET. 1998 pass, so I, with respect, lot of respect and humility to all the teachers, whatever we are today, it's because of all of you. Very interestingly, before I start, I think we all, I'm sure a lot of you would have watched the movie from Rajiv Rai, Vishwatma and Tridev. All of you? There was a movie called Tridev, Sunny Deol and all. So I think today's Tridev is none other than all the 3 honorable vice chancellors. So we should give a big hand to them for whatever they are doing today. And there is a reason why I'm saying, because in my presentation when I cover, this is something when I joined Odisha Skill Development Authority, I thought we should have this from there. And we have been pushing hard. Somehow it has come to the light, and all credit goes to 3 of them, because for last 1 year I am seeing, by working closely with them, how much of effort they have put in. And we'll talk about it more about it. Distinguished guests, delegates, honorable vice chancellors, my esteemed partners both offline as well as online, and fellow colleagues, it's indeed an honor and privilege to present some of the thoughts. So what I did is, I thought I'll not make any presentation, I will reuse the presentation, typical IT industry mindset. Having worked in 21 years in the industry, I definitely thought that I should reuse the presentation. Very interesting point I thought I should first bring it on. One is when my interview was happening, there were 3 people on the interview panel in the final round. Mr. Rajesh Patil, who is now Commissioner cum Secretary in Cooperation Department. That time he was CEO OSDA. Mr. Sanjay Singh, Principal Secretary SDT, and Mr. Bagchi, Honorable Chairman that time. So three of them said that it's not just IT, you are here for something else. So they started asking me, do you recall electrical engineering? So I said, I am only an electrical engineer by degree, not by profession anymore. I'm purely an IT guy. They said that you brush up, you have to be part of skilling also. And the day I joined, Mr. Sanjay Singh calls me along with Mr. Patil and says that create a strategy for the digital skilling. And and the reason why I'm saying this is, I know we are hearing a lot about Nan-Mudalan, but today what I'm going to speak, Odisha had its Nan-Mudalan probably because of the COVID and other priorities, we never branded it. And I'm sure my colleagues from Cisco, Coursera, SAP, they will definitely vouch that. The model, the thought process, what we have done, and a lot of credit goes to some of the institute partners who have actually helped us reach here, and for which we bagged the gold medal by Economic Times on August. Principal Secretary Usha ma'am received it on behalf of Government of Odisha as digital program, as the best program in India that uses technology to empower youth. A small anecdote, if I recall our batch, which is completing 25 years, we are due for a silver jubilee reunion. And during our CET days, what we used to do is, we used to shift our exams by at least 5 days in the midterm and at least 10 days in the semester. So what happened at the end, when we were all selected, I was selected to Satyam that time, people were selected to Infosys and all. So there were 50 of us, we were not unable to join. So we went on and did one more strike, or not a strike, at least a peaceful, appeal to all our seniors, and we reduced the even semesters to 80 days from 120 days. So all these things changes because of the market demand. And if you don't follow the market demand, we are gone. Second question I have, can you all tell me who all are the competitors of your students? Can anyone tell who all are the competitors of your students? Engineering students? Sorry? Okay, but I'll tell you who are the competitors. Today, because I come from the industry, I held the delivery head role, I held the pre-sales head role, and I held the strategic head role also. What I have observed and what I did, when engineers customers like GE gave me $8 an hour against the standard $16 an hour. Just imagine how will I be able to make profits if I take your engineers. Because an engineer, as Professor Biswal was saying, requires at least 6 months to 12 months to become productive and to be presentable to the customer for me to start billing. So I'm paying salary and I'm also, investing on them, but I'm not getting anything. So it's a huge loss. Now to minimize that, programs like Digital have come in. And this is nothing new. What we did is we picked up all the industry best practice by Infosys, TCS, Satyam, Techem, all those places where our friends were there, and we tried to bring up all those pointers. And we coined this particular approach. And if I look at why we went for digital, if I can have the presentation put up now, please. Paramjit sir. Okay, so digital, it is not digital. The whole intention is that it is digital skilling for all, and not just for students, also for the faculties, also for the staff, also for larger society. That's the aim in which this was born in 2019 when I joined. And what was the key drivers for that? These are the drivers. I mean, whatever today you are teaching us is irrelevant. For example, I was learning MIS as an elective. I never knew the importance of it till in 2006, I went to the data analytics practice. There I realized I just mugged up and tried to write the answers. But probably if I had a more practical approach to learn this, probably I would have done much better in the first 1 year of my struggle. You'll not believe my juniors used to, crack jokes about me that I, having come from a complete mainframe COBOL legacy background, I had no idea what I was getting into at a leadership role. So that's one. Number two, if you look at from radio to smartphones, in the last 10, 12, 20 years, technology has moved fast. I mean, today if you say that, okay, C, C++ is good, now Python is coming, people are talking about middleware, which is, you get now languages in the names of animals, MuleSoft, Camel, I mean, what not. This is how the technology is changing, and believe me, if you look at the foresters, IDCs of the world, who are think tanks or who are the analysts who drive the entire industry, they are saying it is changing faster than what anyone can think. Now it's up to us to embrace the change. Otherwise, I'll tell you who all are your competitors. Your competitors are now going to be your ITI students. A smart ITI guy will work at 2 lakhs rupees, but your engineers will not work at less than 5 lakh rupees. Plus, if they are not skilled, the ITI guy or a BSc IT or a polytechnic person, I have personally used them in 2008 to create data stewards. Data management is a buzzword in those days. Data stewards is what I had created a team here, and they were earning 1.5 lakhs rupees, and they were giving me an output better than an engineer who was getting 4 lakhs rupees as an entry point. Tell me, as a delivery leader, where will I invest more time? Obviously where I have my profit. So that's one of the key drivers why we were doing it. And to the point that why somebody will look at Autodesk, skilled or unskilled people, what we were having an initial discussion in the morning. Imagine your placement officer, Sujit sir, going out to Infosys and telling Bobby Patnaik, Bobby, look, earlier you were coming here for people who are either half-baked or not baked, but now I'm giving you 100 Cisco certified CCNA professionals I'm having available. Okay, so that's how. And immediately the HR jumps. For example, Aditya, I'm sure, though he's now part of Coursera, he was earlier part of SAP. When placement was never part of the contract that we signed with SAP team. But when they announced to their SI partners that there are 1,075 certified and 2,000, overall 2,000 trained SAP professionals here, freshers, you will not believe companies like Entity Data, who has never been to Bhubaneswar or Odisha, they started coming in. Cognizant revived. I mean, in 1 month during COVID, we had 160 offers rolled out, and out of which people from Kalahandi, people from Keunjhar had 2 offers. And they were choosing between whether I should join the Infosys SAP practice or the Wipro SAP practice. And calls were coming to us. And probably that's where I was thinking in my college days when I was setting up the placement cell, we were talking about we should have at least 2 offers. Each student should have 2 offers in CET. And that was a reality I was seeing in the other side of the table. So that's how the reason why we had changed. I will not get into too much into this, I'm sure. And here also there is going to be a lot of unemployability will rise. It's not that companies chuck out. If you're not relevant, and if as a company I will keep people on bench, you will get into the Satyam story. Satyam story was never just about some scam. It was also some 10,000 people who were on payroll, but they were never coming to office, they were doing trading at home. And that's the reason the company went into so much of loss. What's the vision? We wanted to challenge the current ecosystem. Way back in 2019, the department wanted that, to challenge the current way of, delivering education to our students so that they become at par or better than what the industry is. Because when we used to join, those 6 months is horrible. It's like you are in a pressure cooker, and many students couldn't cope up, and with that, after 1 year, they are chucked out. So chuck out by industry is for only irrelevant people. Please understand, industry spends lakhs of rupees to hire our freshers. This is something which we designed in 2022. Most of them have been achieved. Okay, so that was the 3-year mission in which we went. We wanted to touch every district. We wanted to touch, at least have 2 employee immersion programs. So we have with Dassault, we have with TechM, we have with many other companies that we have. Now, and we also wanted to grow quarter on quarter, and I'm very pleased to share, sir, with all the support of yours, we are at 97,000 plus registrations in Nueva Odisha this year for digital skilling. I think kudos goes to you. It was given to us only 50,000, but I think ma'am increased it, and in 1.5 months it become 1 lakh or close to 1 lakh is because of all of you. So this is what was the vision, and we have achieved everything except the digital skilling maturity index. Government of India has not done that, but we thought if Government of India does it, then we should be in the top 2 at least, and we will be in top 2 because Times of India has acknowledged us. What are the areas that we'll focus? If any one of you have followed NASSCOM or Industry 4.0, it's called SMAC framework. So before I joined here, I was part of TechM, so we used to call it as NMAX, a little more. SMAC framework actually talks about every bit of the landscape of the technology. Today, if you are going to work for a customer like General Electric in their aviation business, if you don't understand how a turbine works, how a aviation system works, you might be great in coding. It will not help. Because we were building a data warehouse which was doing a overall maintenance of the entire jet engines in Cincinnati. For that, we were building one of the largest data warehouses. Now, unless until my team understands the business, that's why I got mechanical engineers getting in there or automobile background. So it's very important cross-functional knowledge that we were talking about. Now this was something, a track versus course mapping, we did it in those days. This is an evolving one. This was something in 2019 we did it. And we felt it is important because each has a level of whether you will do a basic level 1, basic level 2, intermediate or advanced. That's a kind of mapping we had done, and it is important that all stakeholders have to play a role into it. We also said that there has to be a year-wise progression. Unless until the year-wise progression it is defined properly, I'm sure the nitty-gritties will be discussed in next 1-2 days, but this is something which we had thought of in those days, and thanks to department and all the universities, we are now seeing the light of the day. So, sir, as we speak, Nan Mudalan came in 2022, we were actually ahead of the time. Probably we never tried to brand ourselves, or we never tried to make a lot of noise. Now you see what could be a mandatory course, what could be an elective. That's the kind of matrix we had also built. So this, and any partner in those days, they were coming to me, I was showing this presentation to all of them so that they understand we are not here to sign an MOU as a government. Number 2, we are not here for numbers. We are here for serious business. That's why we chose only 5-6 partners. We didn't had 100 MOUs like, some of the other states. We focused on those states which, were focused on those partners which gave us outcome. And just imagine 1,075 people got certified in SAP. It was a national record which SAP didn't like to quote it formally because they will have problems with other state partners. But they said it is a national record, and that too for the first time and in COVID, and that entire program for the first time in the history of their business was delivered online because of COVID. And it is all because of the faculties and those motivating faculties and their students who took up the challenge. Now it's time for us to take the challenge to the next level. Now what we did is we broke up further into the institution category, ITI, Polytechnics, BTech, BSc, BE, because each has a different flavor. And please understand, many of them will think that, okay, ITI, Polytechnic will not get jobs. We are wrong. ITI, Polytechnics will not get a job if they have to travel on site because visa restriction is there. But if it is an offshore job, they will give hard competition to all of you. And trust me, it is going to happen. You go and speak to any of your colleagues or friends in the industry, they will say, we are hit by our bottom line. And to keep the bottom line well, there is jobs. There is enough jobs. For example, if you train your students in AutoCAD or the product lifecycle management by Dassault and other Siemens and all, the PLM practice of organizations like Scient, it's one of the largest engineering services IT company, which only picks up electrical, electronics, mechanical, automobile engineers with computing skills. They will come and make a beeline here. And we have not gone beyond the big 4 or big 5. There are many other companies. You look at the SMB ecosystem in the industry, Odisha itself. There are 200 plus companies. They are looking for resources, but they don't have the capacity to, bring people and train them for 6 months. And that is what we are today here to make sure not everyone will go to Infosys, TCS, Techem, because I was part of Satyam and Techem for a large period of time, and I was heading almost the East Zone campus drives. Okay, I know what is the limitation, what is the projection, what is the numbers, how it gets, chucked out in between because of the demand getting lessened. So you have to also target a lot of other companies. Look at a company like CSM. They are the largest e-governance partner. Most of the portals are done by them. They need resources. Is there a way we can address their problem? And how do you address their problem? If you can give them ready-made resources, which all the 3 vice chancellors were eluding. And as faculty, if you don't own this up, trust me, government might spend 100 crores, 1 lakh youth, all these things will be very good on pen and paper like some of our states, other states are doing. But we mean business here. And for that, all faculty have to own up and very seriously. And I'll just take a slight anecdote. In the digital skilling initiative, what was happening, last 2 months we saw many faculties do not have any interest. During the session, they will know how to do a registration in the portal. After 10 minutes, they will ask, what is the process of registration? Please don't nominate such non-serious people. Nominate very serious people. I'm sure we will do wonders. If you could do wonders during COVID, we could do wonders much better than other states. I mean, there were, and some of you who were part of that WhatsApp group, you would have seen that I've been tried to be a little rude. It was completely unintentional. I was trying to be a little strict, not rude, so that at least people take up some seriousness. Because government is spending a lot of money on this. And as we speak, there is a tender which has floated out by SDT department. They are setting up a center of excellence in 8 emerging technologies in World Skills Center. So all students from engineering can also go and do specialized industry use case driven trainings. In those days, these were some of the sample courses we thought of. Now, social media we know because it will, all of us have it. So what is product life cycle management? Now, how many Maruti cars models are coming out every year? More than 6, 7? It is because of software framework like PLM, product life cycle management. And there is heavy demand on that. Way back in 2016, 15-16, I along with a friend of mine who were part of Satyam, Techem, we went to KIT and Professor Kaushik Sahu, who was from XIMB earlier and joined there, we started a PLM Center of Excellence in those days. What we did is we picked up their technical people and we picked up some of their management people with mechanical and systems background. We trained them for 6 months with our industry use cases, and also at times if our customer doesn't have any concerns about whom you are deploying, unless until they want to see the resume or they want to see the details. In such cases, we expose them to our customers. You know what happened? The day they got passed out, they were given an offer with premium. Offer with premium. Imagine company like Techem, with all due respects, we were never a great paymaster. Because of one acquisition of Satyam followed by a lot of other acquisition to reach that 5 billion mark. So there was a lot of internal pressure in those days that we were not the great paymasters. But still we were giving premium. And in that, what happened in the process is, Sanjeev became a hero in the entire PLM practice. The head of the PLM practice came and gave a talk in, Dr. Kumar gave a talk in KIT. And Sanjeev got promotions. Sanjeev was not dependent on any of the hiring team or the HR team to build his team. See, this is what actually KIT did. They addressed the problem of the industry. This is where you have to think. And if you don't think in this way, you will have soon, now there is a competition between the best of the, branded colleges, between lesser branded colleges. Now the competition will, trust me, will come from IT and polytechnics. they will, and your polytechnic student will give you a very, very, run for the money of all your engineering students. Because one, they will be equivalent in terms of the thinking process, may not be the ITI folks. Secondly, they will come very cheap. And the retention is higher. An engineer changes very quickly. If you look at, we have a Dassault Center of Excellence in PMEC Berhampur. I think you should send your students there and leverage it. It's government money and it's open for everyone. You should talk to the principal there. And there is one on the Mining Center of Excellence. Other thing what I would request is, now that government is promoting, all of you want to do a lot of COEs, please discuss among yourself not to cannibalize one initiative. It should not happen that an AI COE is there in Bhubaneswar and build 2 more AI COEs. What will happen is you will cannibalize it. You can build an AI COE in Rourkela if one is in Bhubaneswar, so that you have an adequate coverage and there is no unnecessary, competition. The other important thing which I know Aditya will kill me for this and a lot of other partners, I have been always vouching that we should have a token fee. Coursera, when they gave us first time 50,000 licenses for free as a response to COVID, we were the first state. After Telangana knew that we were signing, just the day before they just signed it in a very low-key affair. But we were the first state in India to adopt that.
Hello.
And that time I had budget restrictions. I didn't had any budget to do the publicity. I had no access to the institutes properly.
Am I audible?
And everyone was in a different psychologically, pressurized situation. But you will not believe, in 3 months window of the license to be consumed of 50,000, we consumed close to 9,000 licenses. And the feedback was so good, people found out Bakshi sir's mail ID and started appreciating him.
Can I start the
Kind of
session?
things we have got. So Coursera is an excellent thing, but I feel a token fee is a must, and it is us as faculty to bring that culture in that. And we are not asking for a fee to be paid. We are saying it will be refunded. If there is no fee, trust me, there will be no seriousness. And in that 8,500, I think 5,000, 6,000 people did courses, at least couple of them. The rest 2,000 didn't do anything. And I kept on using the framework. They have very good framework to keep on pushing people to take a few courses. But by that time, the December ended and their access was gone. And please understand, the license that they have given is valid for 1 year. Now this 12,000 license is valid for 1 year, and already 2 months have gone. That's why they are, for them, both Unitech and Coursera, they need not have to actually come and say that, please take license, because we are anyway paying. But they are feeling that they are also part of the, the son of the soil, and they are trying to do the bit. So it's our job to reciprocate and utilize something. And I'm not sure how many of you are aware, it is also open to the faculties. And a Coursera license for 1 year costs you $400. And I think 500 rupees token fee, which will be refunded after 1 year, is nothing. I mean, we spend 500 rupees when we go out and have a dinner or have rice, chicken and everything. Okay. And now when you come to cloud, we said that it should be product agnostic. It should not be only Azure, or it should not be only AWS. We will have those specializations, but we will have general foundation strong. Foundation has to be strong. Because today these 3 are there, tomorrow there will be few more also coming in. Now this was the implementation coverage that we were looking at, but now it's all of them have been onboarded. In fact, the general students have also been onboarded. Now this is a very important slide which I wanted to touch upon. We thought we will not just hire training partners and get engage with you. We should have engagement with the entire ecosystem. So when I say PIA is Project Implementing Agency, these are the training partners like Cisco, NetAcad, IBM team will speak, your Coursera is there, NASCOM is there, Microsoft is there, Infosys is there. Then we have product partners like SAP, Autodesk. Now somebody said that what is the use of Autodesk? Autodesk can be used by everyone. Today carpenter trade in ITI is using Autodesk with a large TV, designing it first and then trying to do it. Just imagine design thinking we were talking about in the morning. You are actually inculcating design thinking in the student's mind. And when he goes and in an interview he tells, you know, I did this designing in this and then I created the 3D modeling, or I created this mold, or I used the Smith saw to create this particular ring. And the questions will get pertinent to that, not to the entire ecosystem what he has studied. And since he is speaking with confidence, he will crack the interview. The way I did for Satyam. My interview was only for 15 minutes. All they asked is just 2 technical questions. Just 2 technical questions. Because I brought them into my area. And I answered. Previous interviews, my topper's interview went on for 1 hour. Another one was 45 minutes. Mine was a list in 15 minutes. And after that, they started asking me, what do you do? I said, I organize events. What events? I said, Antakshari. Then they started talking about all those things. This is how your student will get an edge when they understand all these things. Then we are also talking about many companies here who are doing projects with the government or universities. We should encourage our students, even if they are a small company, a small startup, and this is where faculty plays a very, very, very big role, to go and be interns over there. Forget about what money. Once your student will start delivering, the decent guides will pay money. If they are not paying money, get a certificate, and when they show that certificate in the interview, because I was hiring for almost 15 years. If I see that certificate, I will never ask how you are doing a transformer testing. I will start talking to understand whether he was serious and whether he is trainable. These are the skills I will look at. And every HR, every technical people, they look at it. I'm sure Vivek from Deloitte, who is going to speak today in the evening, he will also talk about that. He is a mentor to our digital skilling partner. Yeah. And he has a mandate in Bhubaneswar to set up the largest Salesforce practice. And that Salesforce courses, you can get it from Coursera. And they are ready to help you in terms of giving some use cases, access and other things. So Salesforce is another product. So project is one, and 4th quadrant is the ecosystem. So Accenture, Cognizant, all of them have started coming. Is there a way we can do a backward supply chain with them? What we can do is we can come up with our inventory, talk to them, and don't go in silos. Maybe with the department, if we go together, we say that we have 1 lakh students and these are the courses we are teaching. At the end of the year, when you are going on hiring, we will have 30% of them certified in Salesforce, 20% of them on CCNA, 30% of them in say SAP ERP, some of them are multi-skilled in 2 technologies. The interviews will be again reduced to 5 minutes. Trust me. Trust me. The interview will get reduced to 5 minutes only on those certifications and all those projects. So it's a very important thing, and I thought I'll take this opportunity to appeal all of you. We created an assessment framework how an institute should be made ready for digital skilling in case if an institute wants to, do it. So collect the institute's department from, and this was purely from OSDA perspective. Okay, and we keep on monitoring. It's very important that you monitor each and every program. It should not be OSDA's responsibility at all, or SDT department at all. If you don't monitor, even if we monitor, it will be half-baked cake again. It is your students, and just imagine the other aspect of this digital skilling. Suppose Autodesk as a skill, 5 faculty gets certified and you have a 100 people strength student. And tomorrow a company comes here, they need immediately to ramp up. They can hire, or you can go back and tell a middle level company that you can back that project, we will be your back-end project developers. Our faculty will develop. You will get your internal revenue generation. Number 2, your NIRF ranking will go up, saying that you had this level of industry interaction. Obviously, you cannot go and do a commercial negotiation with the client, because Education Institute, as per Professor Das, IIIT director, he said, never ever get Education Institute into contract signing and legalities. And that's how the OUTR COE has been designed, sir. So we in OUTR COE, the design and the templates are already there. All of us have to just reuse the template. There it has been designed that tomorrow, suppose Coursera wants to create a statistical AI model and implement in their platform, they can sign an NDA with OUTR, and the students of OUTR along with the Director AI and Professor Jivitesh Mishra can deliver that product to them, and what they invest, instead of 100 data scientists, they actually invest 2 or 3 key data scientists who will work with them. And just imagine the kind of access they will get to Coursera. And tomorrow Coursera will say that, okay, out of these 100 students, we have 5 openings. So Aditya will come back and say that, I will take 5. Just imagine if Coursera comes because of that for a campus. And believe me, if I have worked with you as an industry guy, I will take those people because I have invested time and I know these 5 guys are good and they are good for me. So this is an execution approach at the institute level. I know I'm running short of time, so I'll skip this. We also had a partner selection approach, how exactly a partner will be onboarded. So these are the guidelines which we had created. What are the resource requirements we had? We wanted at an institute level minimum to have. And off late there is a need for domain-based mail IDs, which Autodesk is saying. Please note, Microsoft as a A1 subscription is giving for free. If you or your institute IT team need any support, please feel free to reach out to me. We'll extend all the support and make it happen. We are doing it for VSSUT, and just imagine every student understands how to use emails, how to write assignments through email and all. So when he gets into the corporate interview, he'll say that I know how to use email. And this is how we do it. And imagine your placement officer will talk in all his elevator pitches when they are prospecting a employer. On top of that, Microsoft, by virtue of A1, gives 28 or 30 apps, and some of them are used for online assessments. Trust me, these are very foolproof online assessments. Of course, they don't have proctoring, but you can use them with decent accuracy. You can use for online classes also. They have one class as an app, which companies, institutes like ITS Singapore uses, and today World Skills Center is using. They are probably the first organization to do that. So this was some of the investment plan. Why a hub room? That is because if you want industry to come and do projects, you have to segregate physically and logically their space so that they will feel that their data is safe and they sign an NDA. It's very important that we do it in this manner. And if you want an example, please go to OUTR. You will see that AICOE lab. It is done as if it's a company. OUTR is hosting a company. They have just given a premise and they have hosted a company. Otherwise, companies like TechM would not have invested there with an operating expenses and put a person over there. There was a funding responsibility in those days, so we'll skip that. These were some of the partners. So in those days, these are a sample list of partners. We have few more. Okay. Again, I think I touched upon this. It's just an elaboration of this. So these are some of the recommendations we gave, and lot of which are getting covered today. Other important thing what we need to do is all our center of excellence or these trainings should be linked in some way to the OHub. So that ecosystem has to be built. Sir spoke about T-Hub. So sir, before OHub was made, me and Prashant Biswal of Startup Odisha, we went along with Pranav Jyoti sir. We studied the entire T-Hub model. So what they do is they speak one language. And it's very important all of us have to speak one language. When we went to VHub, the CEO of VHub, a lady said, if it is women, come to me. If it is this, you go there. They never try to cannibalize each other or compete with each other. Same tone was spoken by T-Hub, VHub, RICH, Research and Innovation Circle of Hyderabad. It is nothing. What they have done is they have created a list of institutes who does research and come up with a common consortium. So what Research and Innovation Circle of Hyderabad does is they create IP solutions, but we are never good when it comes to academics how to monetize it. So that's where T-Hub, VHub bring in the industry partners and monetize those research. And similarly, earlier, before this concept of the innovation hub was created, in Telangana, when people wanted to do some research activity, they didn't know which institute to approach. Now they just go to that nodal agency. That's called RICH, R-I-C-H. It brings in money. That's why they call it as RICH. And similarly, they have T-Prod, T-Works. T-Works is, if you want to do a prototype for up to 10 products, you can go there and pay retail money. Just imagine if you want to do a prototype of, say, for example, a particular machine. If you want to buy, nobody will give you a retail price. What T-Works does is they keep it in the retail price. And I think some of the university can host individual specific area of T-Works, sir. And then T-Prod could be something which is beyond 10 but less than 100. So what will happen is you are actually enabling the startups coming in, and this is what has been also suggested to World Skill Center. And once they come in, when they see, and there your relationship starts. And then they see how your students are, how your faculties are, and they will start giving revenue. And an university can think of giving part of that revenue to the faculty as an incentive so that they are motivated to work. And then what will happen in the entire process is that you don't have to go and run for placements. Professor Sujit Das doesn't have to go anywhere. The placements will come to the doorstep. So this is how the model was actually created, sir. Anything without a measurement criteria will meet its doomsday. This is the last slide. This is very important. I have put XX because I was not sure what variable it will be there. Every institute may have different variable, but collectively we will also have to speak. So for example, if a company says, I want to only hire women, collectively every institute should say that go to College of Engineering, Bhubaneswar, they have an all-women engineering college. It's the only one in East Zone. I got to know it because in 2008 we wanted to improve the diversity in Satyam. We went there. But unless until we are together and we think not just for college, compete between the colleges, but think as a whole. The way all the three universities are today thinking as a whole, if you think like that, trust me, we will be able to conquer everything. And our students, being from an interview standpoint, they are extremely good in written. They have a problem with the group discussion. And this is where I feel that from first year, sir, I would recommend all these things should be open from first year. There are bright students who might pick up. If they don't pick up, that's fine. But we should allow even first year students. Because coding, I have seen in companies like Nirmalya Labs, they have got NIT Rourkela dropout students. And they are fabulous coders. So coding has got nothing to do with, it's all about logic and understanding the domain. And in the interview also, the conversion is bad. I'm sure Aditya will also tell, you remember right, in some of the students during those COVID days for SAP interview, they were taking the interview in the room with towels, everything hanging. The HR were shocked, but fortunately they were the SI partners, Times Pro partners, and some of them were also known to me. We could manage them, but that doesn't, and that's where I think that etiquettes, everything has to be taught. So these are some of the things which we'll have to measure. If we don't measure, maybe first year will not achieve. If I look at 2019 until what we are, sir, today, we have come a long way. But first 2-3 years was horrible for us. I mean, first to convince many people, and especially during COVID, when nobody was interested other than staying alive. Even me also. But that was a very difficult time. We had bought 2,000 licenses, we didn't know what to do. And COVID struck us. That's all I have. If there are any questions, I would be happy to take it offline. I know we are running short of time.
Thank you, Sasan, for your detailed observations since your association with OSTA, what you felt the need of the students. And accordingly, you act as a catalyst in different activities, and you have facilitated the institutions with the industry partners, and is playing a very vital role in Government of Odisha. Now, I would like to request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, please come to the stage to give a token of love on behalf of BPUT to Mr. Sasan. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sasan, for your vital talk. Next presentation is from the team Cisco Netcard. I would like to invite Mr. Priyaranjan and Mr. Gautam to the stage for your presentations.
So thank you, sir. A very good afternoon to all. First of all, I would like to thank you BPUT team for inviting us. Dear Professor Rath sir, VC BPUT, Professor Biswal sir, VC OUT, Professor Maji sir, VC VSSUT, Sanjeev sir, Director Curriculum from BPUT, and Mr. Susank from OSTA team. And dear all respected principals, faculty members from different institute, and my dear fellow from different skilling partner, those who joined virtually and physically. Priyaranjan this side from 8th Grade Foundation, Head of Operation, Cisco NetAcad program. We started a Cisco skilling program in Odisha 2018 or 19, and proud to say we are the first skilling partner in Odisha state. So would like to thank you all OSTA leadership. Yeah, and also the largest skilling partner in Odisha, and would like to thank OSTA leadership team, Mr. Subrato Bakchi sir, Reghu sir, Usha ma'am, Alka Mishra ma'am, for their continuous support, and will look forward the same support from the VSSUT and OUTR and BPUT leadership team. So we have a collaboration in Odisha state, more than 110 state government institute, like different polytechnic, ITIs and engineering college. And every year we have more than 25 to 30,000 students participating in Cisco NetAcad program. They are completing their different courses from the Cisco NetAcad, like cyber security, networking, programming and all. So with me, Mr. Ram Gautam is there. He heads the ABP growth and expansion from 8th grade. I would like to call Mr. Ram Gautam. We have a very short presentation. We'd like to show what we are doing, what are the courses that offer from the Cisco NetAcad, what are the benefits that is for your college, what are the benefits for the faculty member, and what are the benefits for the student. Over to Mr. Gautam. Thank you.
Thank you, Priya. Good afternoon all. Thank you for this opportunity, dignitaries and all the fellow people who are with us. Thank you so much. So we are at Create Foundation, a strategic partners for Cisco Networking Academy. We are the national partners for Cisco's Global CSR program. So coming to the Cisco program, So this Cisco Networking Academy has recently completed 25 years and now we are in our 27th year. So we are in more than